Aquarius, welcome back. Oh, my present looks a little bit rattled on this end. Anyway, Aquarius, this is take 2 on your guys' reading. I sat down earlier and I just was not, I was not feeling well. I felt just very, just no. And I was trying to push myself and it just wasn't happening. And so I did start your reading, and then in the middle I was just like, I can't do this. So I don't know if you guys are being drained right now. I felt like I was being drained in my energy. I did take a nap, and then I ate something, and then I felt better. So I don't know if this is going on with you guys, and I still have the cards that I pulled. It's not all of them, but I didn't want to remove them off the table because they were actually kind of important. So we're doing you versus them, and this is Aquarius. So I pulled for you. You guys got strategy. I'll show you guys. You got strategy for you guys. So right now you guys are trying to strategize something going on in your life. And then for them, they got the world. So this could be the ending of a cycle. This could be the beginning of a cycle. This could be somebody that lives far from you. This could also be somebody that you meet online, or somebody that you speak to online for the most part. Then we did start to clarify. And you got bird on a wire. I do feel like you guys might be partaking in some low energy, and if this isn't you, then there's people around you. But because this is coming on your end, like you, right? It's saying, there's a lot of it's blabber, like loose lips. Be careful of who you are either talking to, or be careful of who be careful of who you're telling your personal things to, because there's a lot of gossip going around. There's a lot of toxicity. There's a lot of talking shit. There's a lot of manipulation. Like anything that you're doing, you're being talked about right now. And but also I would be careful of what you say, period, to anybody, right? It's not just because it doesn't necessarily, if you, let's say you're sharing, your manifestations, and it doesn't mean that maybe the person that you're sharing it to is gonna talk shit or is toxic, but it's very important for you to basically sit on the egg until it's hatched, right? You guys are really good problem solvers though, so maybe you guys are kind of like doing a little bit of talking too much, a little bit of giving too much information out. Maybe you guys could be dabbling a little bit of gossip, which is actually a very negative energy. So if that is you guys, I would definitely not partake in that. That's a very, very negative energy, and all that does is literally bring that right back to you, okay? And now if this is people around you, there's a lot of people around you that are just talking massive shit. Just everything that you say, they run and they run till that, right? They're doing just I'm just seeing like Gossip Girl. It's just like a link, a chain where one person says this and then it goes, oh, have you heard about that? And then this and this and that and that, and I'm like, and you're like, what do you mean? Like how do they even know that? Like what? I'll give you an example. I'm not an Aquarius, but I know I have Aquarius in my 10th house. 10th house? 9th house and 10th house. Anyway, I already knew I had a lot of haters, which for me, when I first found out I had even one hater, it was just like the weirdest thing to me. This was like 10 years ago. And then, little by little, it started to like more and more. And then just recently, I was like, holy shit, I have so many haters. That's insane. And literally, I don't leave my house. I pay my bills from home. Like, I'm an ambivert, so I'll like have my periods where I go out and I you know, do the most, and I have fun and I love to travel and all of that stuff. But then, like, when my energy is done, like, I do not, you will not, I will ghost for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just depending on how much my energy needs to go up, right? But Aquarius, you guys are really good problem solvers. You guys very have a curious mind, and there's a need right now to ask questions. I feel like maybe you're getting to the bottom of where that leak is coming from, because that leak needs to be get plugged up or get taken the fuck out of the sequence, right? Because there are people that are still, there's always going to be people, but if honestly, if they're close enough that they're getting your personal information, then they're too fucking close, right? I do not believe in keep your enemy close. I do not believe that shit. You need to get them the fuck out of your midst, because then they have information to the plants, and if all you're doing all day is trying to figure out ways to get people to not get your information, you just wasted any energy that went to that. You just wasted it. Because there's no reason why you would have to waste energy on any fucking hater. You're being you're very adaptable. You're very creative. You're a bit mischievous, and you're very resourceful and clever. I do feel like for some of you guys, though, this could be you guys, that you guys are speaking aloud and maybe gossiping. I would definitely be careful with that. Because it does say manipulative here too. And it says mischievous. So this could be you guys. And again, remember, tarot is a mirror effect. So if this isn't you, then this is you. But if this is you, just take it. Just take it. I know there's been times, and I've had to say this a lot throughout this series, because sometimes we are the problem. That's the truth. I was toxic. My first marriage was toxic on both ends. And they were toxic when I responded toxically, because that's what I saw growing up. I knew nothing else, right? Until you unlearned that fucking patterning and you behave differently. And all I wanted to do was keep him, right? He was my husband, whatever. He was, I loved him. Now, knowing what I know, if I even saw the first or second little glimpse of what I saw at the beginning of our relationship back then, my future relationship would not last even a month. Not even. It wouldn't last past that. I'll give you the first one a benefit of the doubt, and then I'll explain to you, and if you do it again, or any kind of shadiness, I'm out. I won't fucking ever do that shit to myself again, right? It does feel like you are, you guys have your destiny, and you guys have a very spiritual beings. Some of you guys could be religious instead of being spiritual. But you guys are being divinely guided right now. But right now you guys are going through a lot of trials. You do seem to have a lot of sorrow, a lot of emotional loss. And it's because, you know, unfortunately, when we go through life and we give people a lot of lessons, it usually comes back our turn, right? It's our turn to learn that lesson. And coming from what I just explained, I learned my lesson from being toxic. I got my lesson, right? And people are like, oh, you're going to get karma. Really, what the universe does is it sends somebody to mirror your behavior so you can see, oh, shit. Oh, shit. I was not okay. I was not behaving correctly. And then seeing how you would behave differently when somebody else behaves that way, right? There seems to be a crisis of faith, though. You're holding on to your convictions, and you feel like you're duty bound, but all right, let's keep going, because your energy is a little bit like it's a little bit confusing. It's giving you're a little bit of a it's giving you're a little bit of a, you cause a problem and then you act like you're the hero for cleaning it up. And I'm sorry that hurt your feelings, but that's what's coming out. Your person is a snowflake. They're original. They are unlike other. They say that every snowflake is different. Not a single snowflake is exactly the same. And your person is very different. They're very different from the societal norm. They're very different from just even like, they're just different. They're very different. And they're very original. They're actually delicate, but I just heard delicate like a bomb. um this is a very delicate situation though, and this person is vulnerable, but not to the level that, what the hell is going on with my, who is, it is so late here. Oh, it's my game. I was like, nobody calls me. Um This is something that you need to, and you know what? When I just said delicate situation, you know how when you hold uh, if you hold a snowflake in a specific way, it'll take longer to, oh my God, it'll take longer to, okay, I'm silencing my phone. I think I did that. I don't know. It takes longer for the snowflake to melt. Instead of when you're just like grabbing it and you're just like, then it melts immediately without you even being able to pick it up. So that's kind of what I'm getting. There's a need here to be delicate and handle with care. I feel like this person has been through a lot, and there's a need to handle with fragility. Transient. Be precise. This person is, okay, so you know how, again, I don't know why the snowflake thing is coming up. But technically, you know how ice is transparent, even though it's not fully transparent, but it's transparent. There's a need here to be transparent. Because this person will not be manipulated. This person will not be tamed. This person is gonna roam wild. They have very strong emotions, they have very strong desires, they have a driving force, they're unbridled. And when you think of unbridled, and there's a horse on here, you think of like a horse just going wild because they're not being held down, right? This person has a very strong sexual energy. They're very in tune with their sacral, because I feel like this person is very creative. But this person wants freedom. And it doesn't mean that they don't want a relationship. But they want a relationship where they have the freedom and they're not told. Okay, so I'll give you an example, because I have to use me because obviously it's my life. For example, I don't mind being a housewife. That's not what I would do from now on, like ever, like just a housewife. I was that, and it wasn't my cup of tea. But I did that, and the second anybody expects shit of me, like if you're like, where's dinner? You're supposed to have dinner on the table. That's the last time I've ever cooked for you. That's the last time I'll ever cook for you. If you demand shit of me, I'm done. I give you nothing. I owe you nothing. And you don't demand shit from me, right? That's just how my personality is. And it's because I was demanded to be and do when I was a young child. When I was a little girl, all the way up until like my 20s, right? Especially in the household that I came with, where I had Hispanic parents. It was very, very like chauvinist. I had a very chauvinistic. Both my parents were very chauvinist, and so I refused to be. Oh, you have to serve your husband. Fuck that. They have two hands. And now, but if I am going to get my food and I'm like, hey, would you like me to grab you a plate? Because I love you so much and I would like to feed you. Absolutely. But if they're like, hey, go serve me all their other wives, I don't give a fuck about the other wives. I don't give a fuck about anybody of these bitches in this room. You're no longer ever being fed by me because you just demanded that I fucking go into some kind of identity that I'm fucking not, right? Yeah, but this person is very lucky. And with the 6, I feel like this is going to be a happy coincidence. This is very unexpected. It's going to be, you might be running into this person, okay? This could have been somebody that you had a fling with before, or this could turn into a fling. But this is kind of good fortune with the world here. It's almost like the wheel is turning upright for you. And this is actually going to be really good for them, but for them, I feel like their life is changing for the better. I don't know why I said that. I don't know if their life has been in disarray, but I saw 1441 and then I saw 1444. Um, but this person is starting to live like a very carefree life. And because of that, they get rewarded a lot. This is something that might be short lived, or this was something that was short lived. This was something that wasn't a full relationship. This wasn't something that was like full blown. You guys were dating and stuff. This was like a flirtation, like a fling almost. Okay, let's continue. Grounding down. All right. Okay, you. Fairy tale. Believe there's a need for you to believe in the impossible right now. I feel like you daydream a lot and you are actually a very romantic person. Um, uh, Aquarius. But there's a need to come out of that mind. There's a need to actually take your imaginations onto the earthly realm. And I just saw 555. Well, I saw 1555. Um, this could turn out to be a romantic ending with universal archetypes, hopeful. Unicorns believing in your unicorn. I feel like you guys stopped believing in love or a certain kind of love or a certain kind of relationship. You didn't believe that existed anymore. And I feel like this person is going to make you believe again in that. This person absolutely does believe in that. I don't even have to, it doesn't show here, but I can tell you they do. Um, Happily ever after, yeah. The stories you would tell. I feel like you guys would go on adventures, and this is giving like your guys' inner child love each other so much, with the well deeper meaning. Yeah, deeper meaning. And then I saw the six with the six. Where is it? It's on that side. Where is it? Yeah, here, six. It's giving soulmate. It's giving childhood. It's giving past lives. Um, this is a community that's going to come together, and you guys actually have some work to do. There's hidden emotions here, though. There's a need to show your true feelings, support and saving. This person, you're giving the energy of a supportive role. You're like a husband that supports and a wife. I don't know. You want to support. That makes you feel good about yourself. But I don't feel like this person necessarily needs that from you. Um, I feel like this person is actually going to show you a whole other side to life, like one you didn't even understand. Like almost like you thought the life, what you were gonna learn and what you're gonna see with this person, it's almost like things that you read in books, because you hadn't allowed yourself to expand that way, and this person has expanded in those ways. Okay. Um, yeah, provided for. I feel like you're gonna be provided for, but I don't feel like it's monetary. It's something. This person offers something that you can't buy with money. And then birds, communication. That's a second card with birds in it. I do feel like there's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of talking shit. There's a lot of negativity going on in your background. This person doesn't give a shit. This person is running free. This person is just. This person is giving like, look what I can do, and then runs off and naked into the woods. Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to communicate. You guys are going to want to negotiate. You guys are going to have a lot of talks, debate. You guys are going to finally, maybe not express how you feel, but take a step forward and discuss. Although I do feel like your energy is still very flighty and you're very nervous. Um, do you have ADHD? Do you have ADHD? Is that what's going on? Do you have a lot of voices in your head? Kind of like, not like, I mean, if you're schizophrenic, that's fine too. But um, I mean, like, just a lot of like, I know my daughter has ADHD, and her ADHD is very physical though. Like, yeah, she does have that. Like when you're talking to her, she doesn't. If she's not clocked in, she's not there. But hers is mostly physical. And I know for whoever I'm reading, this is more mental, right? you guys are going to be staring at this person a lot. Yeah, especially when they're not looking, you're going to just be watching them. You enjoy watching them. But you're going to you're going to reach out and call and text someone. This person, I feel. Okay, them. Oh, peace and rose. Yeah, this person just brings harmony and balance to anybody's life, not just yours. This person, I feel like, brings again something that money can't buy. Like it's gonna be a very peaceful situation, um, and it's gonna bring optimism back to your life. This person is very optimistic. They live in harmony. They don't allow things to take over their mind. They don't allow stress to take over their mind. They do have their moments, of course. Everybody does. I do feel like they have their moments, but especially when they don't feel well, and especially if this is a feminine energy. When you have like your monthly, or you have whatever, like women especially struggle a lot with hormones, stuff like that. If they don't feel well, I feel like this person does. Get off kilter, but for the most part, they're very steady. And when I say off kilter for this person, I'm meaning like they're a little bit grumpy, or they could have their moment where they're like yelling because nobody's listening, right? They're not just gonna shout out and be like, oh, no, this is something that's going to like, hey, you guys are like, it's gonna be a stern kind of thing, right? Um, this person is really resilient. They're survivalists. I feel like this person has gone through multiple deaths and rebirths, and has had to start from the scratch over because of other people, because they didn't learn their boundaries, because they didn't understand, and they weren't seeing the truth about people that really just sometimes come to take from them, and because they have such a beautiful world that people want to steal it, instead of being like, let's help her water it, right? Or help them water it, because it doesn't have to be a feminine. You could be in a feminine energy, whatever. Yeah, renew after hardship, and then good. You guys are gonna start off as friends. You guys are gonna start off as friends. Like I said, you guys could be at a long distance, or at a distance from each other, but you guys are gonna be traveling to each other, and you guys are gonna be traveling together. It's gonna start off as friendship. It's gonna start off like slow, but like almost like from one minute to the next, it's gonna like speed up. Um, there no boundaries here. It doesn't feel like you guys need boundaries around each other. You guys are gonna both have your freedom in a sense of where you're together, but you don't feel shackled, or you don't feel like held down by each other. Yeah, breaking free and control things, working out, taking off, leave it behind, internal guidance system. Yeah, this is gonna work out for you guys. This is beautiful. And then we got map at the bottom of the deck, which to me just means exploring all new facets of like just yeah, just all new facets, different facets of life, right? And then you got your earn. I didn't even see this one. You got earn. This person might be going through a loss. This person might be going through a breakup or poverty, issues with money, or dismantling. It could be that they had a setback, but that's coming to an end. That shit's done with. So it doesn't even matter. But just in case you're wondering, they could be going through a little bit of a hard time right now. But I feel like that's coming to an end. That's not lasting very much longer. And it could be that the death process, like I said, is the death of a cycle of being with like relationships that were just not, yeah. You guys right now are in hermit mode. You guys are in introspective. You guys are going within. You guys are gaining strength in your solitude. I feel like you guys also went through a little bit of a heartbreak that you guys were still healing from. It doesn't feel, it feels recent, but not recent. It feels a little bit farther off, but not, yeah. It's almost like you just got a hit of it. I don't know how to explain that. You guys are the philosophers. Yeah. You guys study. You guys ask a lot of questions. You guys are the thinkers. You guys are the truth seekers. You guys seek to find the truth, and I feel like you spread it among your peers. So you're able to help people. You're able to give out the information that's being hidden, which is everything. Let's clarify them. But that's good. You're in hermit mode, which means that you're healing. That's what we like to see. There is a lot of chatter and gossip behind your back, though. So just be careful of who you tell to what. Because a lot of people, I feel like, are not going to be happy for this. Them. Sorry, my camera's shaking. It's in the wrong position, but yeah. The Sage. Experienced, patient, mature, and pragmatic. This person could be older than you, but also they could just be an older soul. They could be an older soul. They could just have a little bit more wisdom when it comes to like certain things in like a niche. And I just got that weird pulling feeling in my crown. The homemaker creates a safe haven, sense of belonging. See what I mean? There's a sense, this is somebody that's a homemaker, but they also want their independence. I feel 555. So they'll make a home until you demand it of them. And it doesn't mean that they won't make a home. You just won't be around to enjoy it, because they want their freedom. They will not be pressured into being like a stay-at-home mom, or they want to be able to do what they need to do. And I feel like this person is doing things. Let's get one more for you guys on this end. But I feel like you're okay with that. That's okay for you. Yeah, the Hierophant, yeah. Traditions, ruler, leadership, faith, marriage. This is leading to marriage. And I feel like you like things, or you used to like things very kind of like traditional. That's going to change with this person. But it's good, because I feel like your inner child is going to like, it needs it. Your inner child needs more play. It needs more... there's expansion that's coming. It's going to change your worldview. This person got winter, waning crescent, rest, silence, attached, contemplation. Let it be. No, let it be. So right now is a winter. I feel like this person is... They're resting. They're silent. You guys might not be talking if you guys already know each other. And through this winter, like this part right now of winter, it's not gonna move anywhere. Anytime soon. I don't mean anytime soon, like, I mean, I think like this month nothing's gonna happen. But even like the winter months, so like up to February, March. Apparently in my state we don't fucking have a winter, because I've gotten 0 snow. And we're the snow state. Like, what? F you guys. I'm so annoyed. I hate summer. I thrive in winter, and I've gotten no winter. It's just not even that cold, and just like, no, I'm mad. Give me snow. Messages for a rabbit. Service to the animal world. Yeah, you guys could have a connection to the animal world. That you guys would... it would be good for you guys to like give of your services. Oh my god. Volunteer, like at animal shelters, or volunteer. If you don't have an animal, it would be really good to have an animal for you guys. Even if you don't like pets, you don't like pets because you have a fear of abandonment. That's the truth. And I know some people don't like hair, but trust me, when you see the animal in the eyes, you'll be like, I don't give a shit. Just give me a hairball. I don't give a shit. That a love and unconditional love you have for your, and I say pets, but really they're your family. It is just overwhelming, and they have so much unconditional love for you. Nature communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. There's a lot coming in for them. They're very fair. They're very just... I'm seeing like this... You know, like you see those weirdos that are running through the woods naked, and they have fairies following them, and they're very like fairy magic. That's this person's energy. All right, investigate, look closely, ask questions, think before acting. All right, I do feel like there's messages coming in, and this person seems amazing. So just make sure to not listen to the things around you guys. All right, Aquarius, I love you guys so much. I will leave this here, and I hope this helped. I love you guys. Bye.